Hi, is this LJ?
This is she.
What's going on, LJ? It is Trice with Reggae Rocks, Kendall County. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm great, thanks.
Joining us, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's like 103 degrees in Texas, 80% humidity, so we are trying to hang in there.
Sounds about right.
Joining us today on Reggae Rocks, Kendall County, is LJ from Bikini Trill. The Los Angeles surf pop band is known for mixing reggae, rock, hip-hop, and laid-back California energy. And their self-titled album is out now, and they're currently back on the road. Welcome to Reggae Rocks, LJ.
Thanks for having me.
So for someone discovering Bikini Trill for the first time, how would you describe your guys' sound?
I would say it's probably a pretty healthy mix of like Sublime, some early No Doubt. We have quite a few musical influences, but I would say if I had to give you the elevator pitch, that's what I would say.
And you guys are on tour right now as well. Tell us about it. Where are you at this afternoon, and what's new for the tour?
Yeah, so we're actually in Seattle right now. We just got here last night, drove up from Los Angeles. We'll be in Seattle tonight, and then we're headed to Portland, and then we're going to play Brighter Days Fest in Reno, and then finish up with some more West Coast dates.
So you guys are on the West Coast and continuing on their West Coast tour. For our listeners out there, if you're on the West Coast or know somebody that is, make sure you stop by and attend one of these Bikini Trill concerts. They have been absolutely killing it lately. When are we going to get you guys back in San Antonio, back in the Alamo City, back in that the hometown?
You know, it's funny you should mention that because we might be coming, let's see, I think it might be this next spring, actually. So we're working on something, but yeah, hopefully we'll be back there early next year.
So funny story for our listeners here. I met Roach from Bikini Trill at a taco shop here in Boerne, Texas. That's right. I was getting a taco. We both happened to be in line at the same time. And I don't know if he told you this story, LJ, but it's like the funniest story ever. We just happened to mutually run across each other in line at the same time at the same taco shop in America. And he's like, hey, I got a vinyl for you to spin. I'm like, you do? And he goes, yeah, they told me I'm supposed to be bringing you a vinyl for the Vinyl Mondays. I'm like, well, bring it by tomorrow because tomorrow is our Vinyl Mondays. And he ended up swinging on down. We ended up spinning the vinyl, and it was awesome. The Vinyl Monday show went off, getting a bunch of requests, call-ins, and super stoked to bring you guys, bring our listeners some vinyl for our Vinyl Mondays, courtesy of Bikini Trill. And for those who may not know, I feel like a majority of people don't know this, especially for our local listeners here in Boerne. Bikini Trill most of the band is based out of Boerne and San Antonio. So tell us about that and tell us about your guys' origins.
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Boerne, and then the boys grew up in San Antonio. They went to the same high school, and we all met each other when we were in college. And I was actually working at a college radio station, and they had started a band together, so I was like managing them and putting them on festivals and local shows. And then Roach moved to Los Angeles to pursue music, and then 6 months later I moved out there because I thought, I was going to work for a big promoter and continue on with like promotions and stuff. And then Tony moved out shortly after that, and then we all reconnected and started, jamming together, and we wrote Sticky Trees, and we were like, maybe we should start a band. And we put it out, and we've been Bikini Trill ever since.
So if you guys have not heard their new debate album, that is out now. You guys need to go check it out. One of my favorites, of course, is Pushing Daisies, as always. So tell us a little bit more about the album, how it came across, where you guys recorded it at, and who produced it.
Well, we do all of the production ourselves, and, we recorded it ourselves as well. For a while, we were working out of a studio in Koreatown in Los Angeles. We had our own studio there, and so most of the songs were written and produced in that studio, and then across like various studios in Los Angeles. But yeah, I think it's it's our first album. You know, we put out a bunch of singles and EPs before that, but we really wanted to, you know, really lead with a strong foot and put something out that was really going to hit. And so, yeah, it's definitely some of our best work, and we're really excited about it, and, you know, happy that you guys are enjoying it too. Pushing Daisies is probably one of my favorite songs on the album as well.
And which song from the album best represents the band right now?
Ooh, man, I would say Pushing Daisies. Pushing Daisies, there's three of them. Pushing Daisies, Too Much TV, and then Cool Riff is a really fun one that was a little different for us, but it's also really great to play live. So, yeah, I think those are going to be my top ones.
And speaking of Cool Riff, what inspired the beginning of that actual riff?
You know, I don't know. A lot of the times when we get in the studio, we'll kind of just like mess around. Like Tony will just, you know, kind of noodle around on the guitar, and we just kind of listen for what works, and then I'll start to kind of like sing melodies over stuff, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. So everything happens pretty organically, pretty on the spot. But yeah, that one's a heavy hitter for us. I like that one.
And then Sorry I Broke Your Guitar is also a dope one as well. One hell of a song title, by the way.
Yeah.
Is there a true story behind that? And does somebody still need to be reimbursed?
Absolutely. Our like best friend / spiritual advisor, his name is Breezy, and he actually builds guitars. He builds some of the most beautiful guitars. If you can check him out, he's called Breezy Guitars. But we had borrowed one of his acoustic guitars, and we were writing a song on it, and I think Tony accidentally like elbowed it and knocked it over and broke it. And we were happened to be writing that song, Sorry I Broke Your Guitar, while, you know, when we actually broke his guitar. So we just decided to call, and when Tony saved the mix, he saved it as Sorry I Broke Your Guitar, and so the name just stuck, and we were like, let's just keep it like that. And yeah, so we still owe Breezy some money, but luckily, because he builds guitars, he was able to kind of put it back together pretty quickly.
Well, shout out to Breezy. It sounds like we need to get him a new guitar. That's an awesome story.
Yeah.
You guys are out on the road now. What's the most exciting thing about the run of the shows?
You know, getting to see everybody really is probably, for me, the most exciting thing. I think we're really lucky to have kind of cultivated a group of people that are just so dedicated and so supportive and loving in what we do, and so getting to spend time with them and see them at these shows is really awesome. I think it's good perspective too. You know, when you can go, even so, the first half of this tour, we were in the Midwest. We went all the way up to like Ohio, and you know, meeting people in Ohio that are singing the lyrics to your song, it's incredible. You know, it's being able to kind of to make music and spread the message the way that we are, and having it resonate with people is really special. So that's something that I really love to see.
Absolutely. And for somebody coming to their first Bikini Trill show, what should they expect?
Lasers, bubbles, high energy, and family.
That's awesome. I need to make it out to a Bikini Trill show. I haven't made one to one yet, but it is on one of my bucket list items of things to make it out to. I've seen all this stuff going off on Instagram that you guys post, Facebook, and they look like they absolutely go wild, which is awesome to see. So stoked for you guys right now, by the way, as well.
Thank you.
And with a name like Bikini Trill, has anyone ever arrived at a show expecting either a swimwear convention or a Southern rapper?
No, it's funny because some people will ask me like, "Oh, where's your bikini?" And I actually have one of those big like T-shirts with the bikini on it that sometimes I'll wear when I perform. But yeah, we get that a lot, you know, especially with Trill in our name. But we are from the South, and I did grow up listening to a lot of Southern hip hop, so you know, it fits.
And another question here. Who controls the tour van playlist, and who has officially lost that privilege?
I would say Roach and Tony are definitely in charge of the aux, and I have probably lost the privilege.
And why is that?
Well, yeah, I love listening to podcasts, especially on the road, and I I love true crime, and I think sometimes that's a little dark for the boys. So I'm no longer allowed to be in charge of the aux.
And we got some fan questions here that we took in request on Instagram before we wrap it up and let you guys get back on your tour. How long in the tour does the van officially start smelling like bad decisions?
Pretty quickly. That, to be honest, probably from day one, it just reeks of bad decisions.
So not even making it out of day one. Pretty quick process then.
Exactly.
And another fan question here as well. Which Bikini Trill song would make the absolute worst wedding song?
Oh.
What kind of a question is that?
Oh my gosh. The worst
wedding
song? That is a really good one. The worst wedding song. Maybe Outlaw, or we have a song called Outlaw. Maybe that one would be a bad wedding song, because it talks about like running away and like I'm gonna do what I want kind of vibe. So maybe that's not the best wedding song. Or I don't know, maybe you're into that.
Maybe the best, maybe the worst. We're gonna have to let you guys find out. And another fan question here. Who is the most likely to disappear at a gas station and leave everyone wondering where they went?
I'm going to have to say probably Roach.
Roach gets the title.
Yeah, Roach gets the title. He'd be disappearing on us sometimes.
Well, Roach, if you're listening back to this, you are officially the number one placeholder in that spot. One more fan question for you as well. Yeah, congrats, Roach. One more fan question. If a new fan could only hear one Bikini Trill song before seeing you live, which song should they play?
I would say Sticky Trees. I would say that was our first song we ever wrote, and probably the best place to start.
And what's next for Bikini Trill after this tour?
Well, yeah, we're going to wrap up the tour later this month, and then we're going to be in the studio. We're always, working on new music, so we're going to be writing more songs, and then we've got the 311 cruise coming up, so we're pretty excited to get on that boat.
And tell us a little bit more about that. Where are you guys going to be heading to on the cruise? What can we expect?
We are going to the Bahamas. So we're all really excited. I've never been on a cruise. I have no idea what to expect, but it's gonna be a party. So I'm stoked.
And where can everyone listen to the album that is out now, find your tour dates, and keep up with the band?
You can check it all out at bikinitrill.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, and it's just Bikini Trill.
And before we let you go, get you guys back on tour, which Bikini Trill song should we play right now after this interview, and why that one?
I'm going to say you should play Too Much TV, because that's one of my favorites, and it's just a super fun song, and you're going to have a good time.
Well, you guys got it. Too Much TV is coming up here in the next couple minutes right after this interview. For those that are just tuning in, we are joined by LJ from Bikini Trill. They're in Seattle right now on tour. I appreciate you calling in to the studio, LJ. It's been a pleasure talking about band stuff, chatting it up this afternoon. And hey, I know we got to ask you the questions, but is there anything that you want to ask us or tell all of our listeners and fans out there that are listening today?
I would just say, thanks for listening. Thanks for showing support to local music, and also, to Trice and Reggae Rocks. We really appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for all the love and support, and hopefully we'll see you at a show soon.
That is LJ from Bikini Trill. LJ, thanks for joining us on Reggae Rocks, Kendall County this afternoon. Their self-titled album is out now, and you can find the band's upcoming shows at bikinitrill.com. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and keep listening and jamming out with us right here on Reggae Rocks, Kendall County.